Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and thank you for watching as we prepare for worship this Sunday, August 25th at Rejoice. So as human beings, we all want to be loved. We all want to fit in. We all want to have a place where we belong. And ideally, we'd love to be able to bring all of ourselves to wherever we happen to be. But a lot of times, we settle for just fitting in. We settle for, here's what I have to do in this situation. Here's what I have to do to be part of the right group or part of the right people. And I think there are times where we may know the right thing to do, but we fear there's consequences if we speak up, if we say something. Sometimes we're part of a community where things may need to be said, but the cost of doing them is just simply too high. Jesus encounters a community like that in our Gospels today. So there's a woman who needs to be healed, and there's a community that needs to be healed. There's a community that needs to learn what it is to show mercy, to show love, to have compassion. There's a community that needs to learn how to have relationships become more important than rules, which are important, but they're not more important than the people who live under them. And so, part of our witness as people of Christ is we are people who are supposed to live in mercy, but sometimes we don't. Sometimes we struggle with how we live mercifully, or sometimes we don't understand things. And so I think also, for me, church is a place where we have to be able to talk about some things that are hard, things in places that are uncomfortable for us. So many people know that a week and a half ago, the ELCA decided to become a sanctuary denomination. And I was planning on doing this fall anyway, but this kind of moved up the time schedule of having some faithful conversations. We are going to begin as a church having conversations about things that are going on in the culture around us. We're going to talk about, things like immigration, which, let's be honest, not everybody agrees on. But I do think that the way that we see these things happening in culture, in the world around us, it's impacting our faith. It's impacting our lives. It's impacting the way we deal with other people. And I'm not saying that we're going to come up, with a magical solution that's going to make everybody happy. But I do think that we need to be able to talk through, well, how does our faith inform the way we think about things? How do we be in dialogue with people who may have a different view of things? And so I'm going to invite people to come together for this concept of faithful conversations. So we're going to begin this Sunday at 9:45 with conversations. We're going to start with immigration, and we'll go, as the topics kind of lead us through through this fall. I'm looking forward to it. I'm also a little nervous about it, I'll be honest. I know this is the hard way. It'd be much easier to say, we just don't talk about these things like the rest of the culture. But I believe that if we as church can't talk about these things, then we need to also, need to give our society a free pass for not talking about it as well. I believe as people of faith, we make a space for this thing. We talk about our values. We listen to other people. And we try to model a way of love and mercy. So I invite you to come and join us for this discussion. I also invite you to come and join us for worship. So we worship at 8:30 with our traditional service and 11 o'clock for our celebration service. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to seeing you this weekend at Rejoice.